Checkity check, check, check. Wow, seniors, 6 feet, COVID. Yeah, thank you. Huh? I know, where are your people? Lauren, come sit at your table. And I need you to, Tim Irwin's here, where'd he go? And Jonathan Frimmel's here, where'd he go? So that he just came for the food and then left? Praise God. It's wonderful. All right. Hey, that's John Hatfield. Oh, there he is. Hi, Hatfields. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do real quick. We are just going to go table by table, grade by grade. And I would love it once we go to these tables, if you're like an old school Alive leader, we don't need you to introduce yourself, or we just don't need you to do it. But if there's a new person at your table, I think it would be great for us to take time and introduce the newbies, right? Let's give it up for the newbies in the room, the new people. Yes. Okay, so let's start with 7th grade boys, because you guys are like new, like, and they need lots of prayer, 7th grade boys. So this table over here, we have Matt Childs, Landon Sen, right here, wearing a Braves shirt, so you know he's a winner. Billy Sutherland is also a 7th grade boys, who's not here. And then we have another guy, Matthew Wilson, will be in this mix with 7th grade boys. 7th grade girls, we have the artist formerly known as Emily Gilstrap, now Emily Fenstemaker, back on our team. Hooray. And then Emily, correct me if I'm pronouncing your name. Is it Heap or Hep? Heap. We have Emily Heap in 7th grade girls. And then Diana Jo Toledo joining in with 7th grade girls over there. And then we also have Emily's husband, Sean, who's joining our crowd control team. Yeah. Okay. 8th grade. We got 8th grade guys right here. Well, no one's new. You guys are all, well, you were an intern. Everyone knows you. Everyone, it's Cam. All right, do we have any new people here? Yes. What's that? Hey, Matt, that's your son. That's Cameron, right there. Hey, Cam, that's your dad. You're right, though. Landon, that's intern Cam, who's now not an intern anymore. Yeah. And we do have one new 8th grade girl in Erin Ackerberg, but she's not here. I don't know if you guys remember her from last year, but she was slowly getting acclimated last year. That's 8th grade. Are you guys? Yeah, okay. So next would be 9th grade. Where's 9th grade at? Over here? Okay, 9th grade. Do we have any new people, Brittany? So Brittany Arnold was a senior leader, but is in God's will and cycled back down to 9th grade. Everyone give it up for Brittany. Well done. All right, everyone knows 9th grade from last year. Where's 10th grade? Over here. Do we have any new people in your world? I just got a memo about him. But Jonathan Frimmel is new to your group. You guys know who John Frimmel is? Oh, hey, John. You're doing great, pal. You're starting wonderful. No, John. Hey, honey, right here. Look, this is your table right here. Yeah, over there. Good. If you need any dentist work, this is your guy right here. Thank you. I wanted to murder my child behind me. And like any parents, like you're keeping face, but you want to murder your kids behind you. He was at one point pinching my bottom. And my wife was doing nothing. And I'm like giving her the eyes. I got nothing. All right, what grade is that? It's 10th grade. Where's 10th grade girls? All right, 10th grade girls. Not new to us, but new to this position is Alyssa Wenzel. Just so you know, she switched with Suze Ruby. Suze is a coach along with her husband, Nick, will be life group coaches. And Ruth Perry is going to be a life group coach. And then Mike Cruz will also be on your team, and they're going to be led by Anna Kruger, like that whole world over there. So that's 10th grade. 11th grade, we've got our 11th grade guys right here. We've got, he's not here, but Jeevan George, and then, that's right, Les, you went from senior down to junior, and you actually were like, put me wherever we have a need, or I'll be flexible, so I appreciate your flexibility. Leslie, yeah, it's true, you did say I have to be with Jeevan. Yeah, love it. Okay, and then, where's 11th grade girls? Over here. We pretty much have the same Fantastic Four. And it makes perfect sense. Melissa's not here, which is great. Jeez. All right, and then they need no introduction, the senior class. Right over here. Okay, good. Good. We don't have any. That'd be weird if we had a new. Yeah. I love that. What'd you say? All right, then. So this is our team that we're rocking with this school year. Let me say two things about our teams. I'm so confident and I'm so excited about this team. And I know I say this every year. This might be the strongest leadership team we've ever had. But I'm proving it by saying I didn't recruit one graduated senior to come back to help. Now, if that doesn't truly prove I was working with some really great pieces, nothing will. So as I was putting me and Hope and Dawson and even Emily Matson was with us, we were putting together the Dollar Dinner leadership boards out here, and I was just so grateful to God, like looking at these faces and saying, okay, like this is going to be a really, really great school year. So one thing I did forget was to let you know each team lead over each grade. And if you are a team lead and I didn't tell you, surprise, like you are. But I feel like I did. So 7th grade, we've got Gabby. Yours is going to be Dawson, 7th grade boys. Yeah, that's Dawson. Everyone say hi, Dawson. We'll talk more about him later. 7th grade boys. 8th grade. Where's 8th grade? 8th grade girls, we've got Hope Tinnen, team lead. 8th grade boys, Tom Gilbert. 9th grade, Pastor Titus Vance, team lead, Titus. I don't know if that grunt meant a lot to you or you're angry at me. 9th grade, Alyssa Leidy. 10th grade, Emily Matson. Yep. Where's 10th grade girls, Lauren Leidy. You're 11th. Where's 10th grade girls? Boys. Lauren. My favorite ginger. Yeah. Yes, we are going to do that. I got to introduce people first, Alyssa. But thank you for having no confidence in me. I don't know where he's going, but I hope. Bless his heart. I got dressed this morning, too, all by myself. Where's 10th grade girls? Oh, you're right here. 11th grade. Yep, over here. We got McCarnan, team lead, 11th grade guys. 11th grade girls, Lauren Leidy. And then we've got kind of the power duo over here. And we all know Joe LaPena, but with the help of Pilar Hernandez right over here. Okay. Did I miss anything or anyone? Okay, good. A team lead, let me just kind of, because when we break up into our specific training, Joe is going to lead 4 team leads, like what they need to be doing. But ultimately, there are 70-something of you and one of me and one of Dawson. So ultimately, I'm going to spend a lot of my time checking in with team leads. A lot of my communication will be to team leads. If you guys have stuff throughout the year that maybe pop up, I'll see if I can defer that to a team lead to try and handle some of that. If not, then it can come back to me or Dawson. But ultimately, there's going to be specific things that Joe will cover with team leads that they'll be doing. But ultimately, the thought came from, man, if I can sit down with Titus, I can kind of get a good understanding of what's going on in the 9th grade guy world instead of trying to meet with each individual one. So because of the sheer number of leaders, I could get lunch or coffee with 2 of you a week, and it feels like a lot for me, but that would take me 2 years to meet with everyone if I stayed on that pace. So I tried to just think, hey, if I just have someone overseeing it, I think that would just help with kind of the trickle-down effect of shepherding our people really well. Is that good enough for you? Alyssa, I'm right here. Was that good enough for you? No. Perfect. Okay, so those are our teams. Here's what I want to do before we break up, and we are going to break up into 5 sections to kind of set us up for success for this year. We're going to break up into new people, like the newbies that we introduced. You're going to be meeting with Emily Matson. Team leads are going to divide up and kind of have your specific training, which will be done by Joe. Our coaches, hopefully Anna Kruger, will be showing up, and you guys will hang out with Anna Kruger, and then Lay Middle School with Dawson, Lay High School with Tim. Lay? Like a lay elder. We don't really know who they are, but they're lay elders, right? Kind of thing. So, but before we do that, I just kind of wanted to talk big vision, big overall Yeah! Hi, Anna. I thought what I would do is just take 10 minutes, maybe 15, and just allow me to be a broken record player with you guys. So ultimately, we know the philosophy of ministry that we have in our leadership team is know, show, grow. Okay? So what we want to do is get to know every kid really well, show them that they matter to us and to God, and then help them grow in Jesus. So we're a very relational ministry at its core. But I was watching this YouTube clip maybe a month or 2 ago, and I almost got in tears because I was watching it, and it was like a beautiful picture of secular no-show grow in the world that's outside of this weird thought of what is a youth group kind of thing. So I'm going to show you this video. What I want you guys to do is, as you're watching this video, for those that are very familiar with No Show Grow, I want you just to ask the Lord to give you one thing that just pops off of this video, of this little news clip. And then I just kind of want to discuss it on how they get it and how it really complements what we are trying to do here as a leadership team every Sunday. So let's watch this and then let's discuss it.
When the SOS went up at a troubled school, who answered the call? A bunch of DADs. Here's CBS's Steve Hartman on the road.
Not many good news stories begin in such a bad news way. It happened last month here at Southwood High School in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Plagued with violence.
Over the course of 3 days,
Another fight.
23 students arrested for fighting.
Massive police response.
But strangely, there hasn't been another incident since. Perhaps in part because of this most unusual crisis intervention team.
Nobody here has a degree in school counseling. No majors in criminal justice.
No.
Your qualifications are?
With dads, we decided the best people who can take care of our kids are who? For us.
So Michael Lafitte started Dads on Duty,
We're out doing what we do for our babies.
a group of about 40 Southwood dads who now hang out at the school in shifts.
Let's go.
Today, any negative energy that enters the building has to run a gauntlet of good parenting.
What's going on, buddy?
You moving fast. I like that horse.
I immediately felt a form of safety.
We stopped fighting, people started going to class.
How could that be?
You ever heard of a look?
A look? Dads have the power to do that?
Yes. Not many people know it, but yes.
Let's go, let's go.
But it's not just the firm stares and stern
Let's
warnings.
make it to class, my son.
It's also the dad jokes.
They just make funny jokes like, oh, hey, your student's untied, but it's really not untied.
And they hate it. They're so embarrassed by it.
And it's that perfect mix of tough love and gentle ribbing that dads do so well that has helped transform this school.
The school has really just been happy, and you can feel it.
Which is why the dads plan to keep coming to Southwood indefinitely.
Because not everybody has the father figure at home.
Or a male, period, in their life.
So just to be here makes a big difference.
Do you think you stumbled onto something here?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
They'd like to start chapters of Dads on Duty throughout Louisiana
What's up, baby boy?
and hope to eventually take on the country
All right.
without a fight. Steve Hartman, on the road in Shreveport, Louisiana.
I almost wanted to cry when I first watched that because he goes, "Do you think you've stumbled onto something here?" I go, "We've been doing that for like 5 years. Should have come and interviewed us first." But that, to me, in a secular world, is what we're looking for with spiritual mothers and spiritual fathers. No Show Grow seems so elementary, right? It's 3 simple words and they rhyme, okay, which seems like a Tim Wadsworth thing. In principle, it seems cute, but like in reality, it's huge. I need you to come and be that for me. I love when the person interviewing him said, "What qualifications do you guys have?" And we're dads, right? Like if people were to look at you and say, "What qualifications do you have?" You can say, "A, I'm a child of the King," number 1. But number 2, I'm a spiritual mother and I'm a spiritual father of a live student ministry. That's the qualification you have. And so this is what I love about God. God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. God is calling you into something that's so much bigger than yourself. God is calling you into something that can change the trajectory of a kid's life forever. And so I wanted to show that to you because when I first saw it, it took my breath away because it's so beautiful. But this is something we've been committed to doing for a long, long time. Is there anything that like my veteran leaders in the room, when you watch that maybe you want to share? Anything that you saw in that video that you thought was interesting or that kind of applies to what we do here on Sunday nights? Yeah. That's huge. Like they got to know the dynamics of this school. Once they knew what this school was working with, they knew how to show these kids love. Once they did know and show, they knew how to help these kids grow. It was all, they complemented each other. Yes, ma'am. Huge. And did you see the dads weren't trying to be students? They weren't trying to be hip like them or talk like them. They owned who they were. But there was something in the kids that loved it even more, right? And so that's just maybe a challenge to all of us. Just be you. You're in this season of life, no matter what your age is, no matter whatever, however you dress or talk, they're not looking for a friend. If they want that, they'll find that on the school bus on Tuesday morning. Right? They're not looking for friends. They're looking for people to mother them and father them. Yeah. Yep, it was appropriateness, being spirit-led, right? Like when to have a word of encouragement or when to have a word of discipline. Yeah. I love that because the word that I was thinking was unconditional love. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, I'm here and I love you. And we might have a moment, but when I'm done, I'm going to put my arm around your neck and I'm for you and I love you. Yeah. Yeah. I had that in my notes. I was hoping someone would catch that. Go to class, my son, right? He's earned the right to say that. And so when there is a moment, and I can't tell you how many times I've had to speak hard truth to kids in our youth group, even former kids in our youth group. And when I'm done, I look at them and go, you know I love you, right? I think it was a couple weeks ago I had someone in my office, and when I said, you know I love you, he goes, yeah. He goes, man, I was just remembering when you were in the hospital with me when my mom was in, going through all her surgery stuff. He's like, no, you've earned the right to say that. And it was just like, okay, right? Like all those years and all that stuff has led to this moment to allow me to have the equity to cash in those words. I see a hand. Yeah. That's good. So when I saw that, I go, my goodness. I scratched like my opener, and I'm like, I'm going with that. That's so good. So to kind of end my broken recordness, I need you to come and no-show grow with me. I need you to be committed. I need you guys to be in. This is not Tim's game. This is our game that we're in together. This isn't something where me and Dawson are coming on Sunday. And honestly, we're moving to the point where like most kids aren't showing up for us. They're showing up for you, your relationship, everything that you mean to them. And in my opinion, that is a healthy youth group. That's a healthy leadership team. But I don't want you guys to think that just because you don't have a title or you're not on staff or making a paycheck that you're less than. In fact, I think you're more than. And I always use the example of like when my wife compliments me, well, she has to. She's my wife. It's kind of on her job description. You have to say 4 times a week, I look handsome. I'm just kidding. But when someone else says something, it just means something different. They don't have to do that. Dawson and I have to be nice to first-time guests. We'll kind of lose our jobs if we're not. You don't have to. You're giving of your time, energy, passion, and resources to be here. So when you speak into their life, I promise you it means more than if me or Dawson does it. And I hope you feel that incredible responsibility, that weight with humility, saying, okay, let's go. Like by God's kindness, we're jumping into a new school year. So we got to no-show grow. We're going to pull on that together. One of the things I want to do before we break up into our specific training is everyone should have this piece of paper right here. This piece of paper, this piece of paper was helped birthed through a meeting of me, Corrine, Matthew, and Brittany Arnold. And so we kind of sat down, and a lot of this direction we're going is heavy relationally. whether it's through friendship or with Jesus or with family. A lot of these ideas came out of hosting His Presence Screen a few months ago with what they wrote on the boards and things that they were going through. And so September, we're kind of taking this fresh start type of topical teaching. And just FYI, same teaching in high school, same teaching in middle school. It'll just be delivered differently depending on our audience. So we kind of landed on September is it's just fresh, right? Like we all need to remember a fresh start with our life group. Why do we have life groups? How do we get the most out of life groups? And what's the biblical reason behind that type of community? Fresh start in your walk with Jesus. A lot of these kids are coming out of the summer and they don't even know where their Bibles are. Or they're just going to blow the dust off their Bibles. Like a lot of them have this mentality of fresh start into a new school year. Some of them might just need a kick in the pants with a fresh start in their walk with Jesus, kind of a clean slate. And Jesus didn't go anywhere, right? Like they kind of strayed. Jesus is there waiting for them. Fresh start with relationships, okay? There's going to be a lot of baggage that are coming out of the school year or summer into a brand new school year. And so we thought September would be great to kind of see what God's word has to say on this. FYI, our type of teaching is like Wisdom Fest all year. So Hubbard has the luxury of saying, hey, we're going to be in the book of Judges for the next 9.8 years, right? Like he's got time to go through Revelation. Like we don't have that time, right? Like obviously seventh graders, like we have them for the next 6 years, but some of these juniors, seniors, they've got 1 foot out the door. And we're not even guaranteed a sophomore will come back the next week, right? Like we're not guaranteed a lot of that flexibility that big church will have. So when we go into the summer, Wisdom Fest is very topical, and then we see where God's word can complement that topic kind of thing. So we thought that should be us for the most of our teaching. October, I know it's cheesy, student ministry-ish, but we're sticking with that word fear, right? Because of Halloween. You just wait till we get to December, Brittany. They're going to love that one. October, I'm going to say it. October is fear of the unknown, fear of man and rejection. And then the 23rd is fear of fitting in. We're going to kind of turn it on its head and talk about the fear of if you never get persecuted, the fear of if you're getting into every crowd, no one even knows you're a Jesus follower. Like there should be a little uh-oh in that. We got the Halloween party. Okay, conversation dice or table topics. We are going to have some nights that are just going to be the no, show, grow relational stuff. We're going to have nights that are just dedicated, no singing, no teaching, no nothing. It's just going to be nights where we work really hard to set your group up for success, to just have time with just your life group. We understand not every kid can drive. Not every mom can get their kid to whatever event you're doing outside of Alive if you choose to do that. So we wanted to kind of put built-in relational equity times in youth groups. So more to come on that. We have our first hosting His Presence worship night, and then we have Know Alive. We'll come back. Honor is going to be kind of our theme in December. So that'll be the 4th and the 11th Christmas party, and then Know Alive. I won't bore you guys with everything going on January through June, but it's going to be very relational, whether families, dating, sex, friendships. A lot of that stuff is very heavy in there. So January is friendship. February is dating and communication. March is a really weird month. April's kind of weird as well. We've got United Night of Worship in there. We've got some topics on weakness, God being strong in our weakness, disappointment, expectations will kind of lead us into May. I hope this is helpful for you guys to kind of see where we're trying to go. So if the teaching is going to be unbelievably relational, we need to be very relational with that as well. Is there any questions with this piece of paper? Yeah. Yeah. So normally the first Alive of every school year, we have to cover why we're a youth group, like what's on the menu. We do, if you're an old school Aliver, you know how this works. Like we have to go through child safety stuff. And then we kind of want that to be a night to go, oh, okay, these are my life group leaders, or to re-meet, to rekindle. I think it would be hard to just have the first Alive teaching and then go to life groups with these leaders you haven't seen all summer. Kind of thing. So we're hoping that night can be a night where we can lay the foundation for the rest of the school year. Great question. Everyone hated my SATs, so no. I'm trying to think. I think Heather McHale finally put the final nail in the coffin with my SATs. Was it you? Was it you that hated my SATs so much? Yeah. No, but normally I work well with repetition. I think you were just like the 32nd person to say it, and I thought, oh. So we're going to think through a different way to do SATs. Emily and I have been talking about ways to do that. So to be continued. As of right now, I think what we're going to do is instead of them marking 1 through 10 or 1 through 5, we're going to kind of leave like more of the box questions, like how has your summer been, and just let them write. We're thinking through some of that, but no SATs, which makes me sad. Thank you. Georgie. I know. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you guys, I mean, this year, and I can get with you guys specifically and let you know why me and Kareen and the Arnolds thought that. I think, no. I think after this training, when you hear from a couple other key leaders in our church and where we're going, I think you'll understand a little bit more about that. So, cliffhanger. Sorry. Anything else? Yeah. We've done that before, Connie. Connie's like, finally, these idiots. What have we been doing the last decade? All right. With that said, we are going to break up into 5 groups. Anna, you're good to be with your people right there. Middle school leaders, like, let me stop. Yeah. When we come back. Yeah. Oh, sorry, guys. We are going to come back in here when we are done. Alyssa, you're killing me. Hey, moron. Are we going to be back in here? Yes, we will. I promise. Real quick, though. Team leads are going to be with Joe LaPena in Treehouse. Team leads with Joe in Treehouse. Coaches with Anna. New people. Where am I sending new people? Oh, I didn't think of a spot. It's not even in my notes. You want to do dollar dinner? If you're a brand spanking new to our ministry, you're going to be with Emily in the dollar dinner area. Lay Middle School, if you don't fit team lead or new, you're with Dawson in middle school. Lay High School, if you don't fit team lead or new, you're with me in here. Let's take a 3-minute break. I would love everyone that's leading a class to be in here no later than 1:05. 1:05.